You might have heard a message about recording the class. It's just so I can put it on my YouTube page. All participants are always fully, completely anonymous. Nothing to worry about. Relax more for, hey, if you need to fall asleep, you could fall asleep for a minute. I'll wake you up. It's okay to get off the treadmill sometimes. Where are we really going? Okay, it's 11:11. That means we're all one. Get it? And so we're going to take a big, deep breath together, biggest inhale of our whole life. Exhale, let it all go. Now let's affirm and confirm that we are calm and peaceful souls, pleasurably empty, delightfully vast. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes, circulate some fresh, new, extra feel goods around yourself. Arms up to the ceiling. Stretch up mildly up over your head. It's not a Saturday stretch. That's a wildly passionate, aggressive stretch. This is more like a mild Sunday morning, somebody just brought you buttery, warm croissants in bed kind of stretch. We all have that, right? Stretch out, get your writhe on. Greg Writhy. Good. Draw your knees in for some knee hugging and back rolling, just to get your movement going on. We're going to move a little bit today. Just enough to tap into intergalactic cosmic ecstasy. Just that amount. Otra dirección, if you were just going one way. All right, and then the kids sat up together to talk about class. Today, we're just going to have a theoretical discussion of yoga. We're not actually going to do it. Just kidding. Hey, Tsunami on my left here, and I welcome you to Sunday Sacred Self-Care class. So it's an experiment to have a wild beast in the background climbing things. So there is a purpose. There's a method to the madness, and that is the universe is always doing that, isn't it? It's climbing up your back. It's hanging from rafters. It's wanting your attention, and we can both enjoy that, and we can find calm and peaceful place on the inside. So we'll bring our hands into the heart for a moment. Drop your chin. Avoid the overwhelming temptation to watch the cat bounce around. That's also part of the practice, is the most cute, adorable thing in the universe is happening in front of you, and you're going to watch the back of your eyelids instead. It's hard, isn't it? Yoga's hard, man. Yoga's hard. It's the best thing we ever do, though. And today's prayer, affirmation, invocation, intention, God, love, source, being, infinite, higher organizing presence, IHOP for short, teach us how to be fully engaged in the play of life and how to fully disengage to enjoy the underlying bliss. Amen. Best prayer I've ever thought of. Till the next one. Lace your hands and stretch up for a moment. And we're just going to do stretching and retching with Gretchen a little bit. So we're just going to kind of move and groove, and we're going to oscillate on our buns. That's called oscillate, when you go side to side on your booty cheeks. And you start to get like kind of scary happy. And it's like, should I get this happy for like at the start? Okay. 3, 2, 1, and release out. It's great to see all of you. Nice turnout. Let's work on the channel between the head and the heart. This thing here, it's pretty important right here. So lace your fingers, thumbs up, and draw your fingers down your SCMs, your silly crusty mastoids. I'm sorry, sternocleidomastoids, the muscles that support your neck. And when you brush your thumbs down, you get a longer, more swan-like neck. Oh, it feels so good. 3, 2, 1. Now circle your opposable thumbs around because these things are really important. And then take your thumbs underneath your jaw, relax your face into your hands like two welcoming octopi, and dig your thumbs underneath your jaw. I don't know if you can hear it, but all I can hear is the cat endlessly climbing up and down the cat tree, and it stimulates this very ancient reptile brain that I'm going to be pounced on by a saber-toothed tiger. So working on my serenity as well. Just massage in there. Now hold steady pressure. Eyes are closed, withdrawn from the world. Pull the plug on the silly world. Good. And we'll relax hands down, yay. We'll drop chin. We'll take head around 6 times. Now you might find yourself asking, do we always do the same movements? And the answer is, does your body pretty much have the same joint systems all the time? And the answer is yes. And so this is a routine, it's a regimen, 6, other way. But when you add the element of presence, of calm, of intention, of prayer, of meditation, it turns the mundane magical. 4, 5. Good. Now, please to relax your head down for literal 30 seconds, like. And it's not easy being you because of your much larger than average brain. And so if you just let your brain fall forward, the back of your neck gets a nice stretch, your shoulders relax, your cares and worries are draining out of your brain. Stop thinking. Just stop. People tell us we can't stop thinking. Stop listening to those people. Okie doke. And we'll break open adhesions in our shoulders by going around and around. Hey, Beast Cat. Hello. Hi, Sumi. How you doing? Sumi currently has 2 stick mice, or stick birds, whatever you call them, and they get a terrible thrashing every day. I feel sorry for them. 6, 7, 8. Other way. So I had to move the cat tree from my bedroom into the living room to facilitate this idea. And so Sumi's very sad there's not a cat tree in the bedroom. So off to PetSmart today, and I'm going to buy 2 more cat trees. So treat my relationships right. 7 and 8. Inhale up, kids. Exhale out like angels spreading your wings over your friends. Up your back for 4 poofs. These are ritual movements, and in the word spiritual is the word ritual. Just take the S and the P off, and the word ritual appears, and it simply means ritual. Rituals are the shortcuts, the abbreviations to experience. Poof. Feels good, doesn't it? Just to do yoga with your tribe, move with your friends. Humans should do this more. And poof. Okay, now arms out, palms up, bend your elbows, dorsiflex your wrists, lean careful like into your palms for about half a minute. Oh, hi, Lexi. Lexi, the cat's back in the living room. We're very happy to see Lexi. By the way, you can have your camera on or off, but if your camera's on, a cat might walk by and it's not like I'm not going to notice. Lexi Cat lives with Odin Cat. They had a year of marital difficulties, but now they're back together after some serious cat therapy, and we like that. You might want to pedal the heels of your hands left and right a little bit to stretch your forearms. I bet you're really tight in your hands and forearms. You know why? Because you're always grasping and holding on to everything with all of your might, and you don't want to let go. Because you're just like me. The only time I ever let go is to get a tighter grip. So if we do Sunday self-care yoga with cats in the background once a week, we will become calm and trusting souls. 2 more pumps. You got to be starting something. Okie doke. And then, whoops, sorry, babe. And sit country style for a sec. Arms out like vultures. Up your back. Let's do 1 poof together because you can always use 1 extra poof to make it through the day. And up your back to your bra strap. Back of your hands inside your armpits, elbows inside your knees, feet together. Now squeeze your knees together until you get that warning from your wrist that that's quite enough. Thank you. Drop your chin. Make ujjayi breathing, soft, whispery seashell aspirant sound at the back of your throat. Lose your mind. Out beyond the realms of right thinking and wrong thinking, there's a field. I'll meet you there. It's quite roomy. The fact that I can teach Sunday sacred self-care class with a wild beast carrying a mouse in its mouth, climbing up and down a tree. This has taken years of diligent teaching practice. Okay, feet together and roll out your wrists. This is not my first rodeo. I'm going to get a series of t-shirts made that actually say, this is my second rodeo. Other way. Doesn't this feel good just to get together with your friends and make your joints go roly-poly guacamole? It's too simple. That's the problem. It's too simple, so smart people disregard it. That's our problem, you guys, is we're too smart. I know it's hard to admit it out loud, but you're much smarter than most people that you know, and it's not easy to carry around this much intellect all the time. So shake out your intellectual superiority. A little faster, faster. Alabaster. Now cup your hands at your beautiful heart, drop your chin, feel absurdly content and complete for no reason. That buzz in your hands means lots of extra money is coming your way. And I have a retreat in mid-March if you'd like to distribute some of it. See me later. By the way, the people who go on my yoga retreats, they're healthier, happier, and better looking and have way more money than just regular people. Just parenthetically adding that. All the people who have been coming say, you know, he's right. Good. Now, pump your knees because you got to be starting something. If you do this really fast, you could levitate, but I recommend more of like 26 cycles per second, which is the same rate that a cat purrs at. Oh, how you doing in the south of the border down here? You healthy, happy, and strong? Good. It's nice. Good. Can you straighten your arms and push your knees all the way down? No, of course you can't. That's why you come to class. I can see the headlines now in the news. Man averages 12 to 14 students per class, averages 1.5 million after adding playful kitten to background. Can you dig it? Okay, pull your knees in together, kitty cats, and pull your heels into your bottom like some of you can. Wrap around your knees, squeeze your knees tighter, and then hold on to yourself like you're going to dive into your neighbor's pool in a cannonball, one of those drunken summer affairs where you're not even invited and you have a couple of pops, a couple of cocktails, and just jump right into their pool in a cannonball. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. We are calm and whoops, there goes the cat. We call it cat comet when she goes all the way from one side of the house to the other. It's about a football field to walk from one side of my house to the other, and the cat can actually exceed light speed. Do you think I'm learning how to be more calm and serene in the midst of a wild animal around me all day long? Thank you, God, for exactly what I need. Okie doke. Now, you know what we need to do? We need to sit Indian style, which means this. We're going to pull back on our hi, how you doings, our buns, and we're going to do a forward fold for like almost a minute so that we can clamshell into peace, love, and understanding. Now, as your hands come forward, perhaps your hiney can waddle back a bit. Relax. If I was there, I'd put my hands on your shoulder blades and I'd unknit your shoulder blades apart. Years of tension would melt away. Relax your hair. I'm trying to coax you. I'm tickling us into altered states of consciousness. Swim from your left brain to your right brain. Good. Now from fingertips, inhale, long spine, look forward at your bright future. It's amazing. Exhale. My elbows can hit the floor because I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm going to park my prayer hands at my forehead and pray for love, peace, and understanding for all beings everywhere, especially the people I don't like and that I disagree with. It's pretty easy to pray and love the people that you already like, but to pray for your enemies is that's the thing. Doesn't take much to love the people you already love. You already love them. Okay, friendly friends, now come on up. Now, I do admit that this is a passive and peaceful class, but you also want to have lots of extra ecstasy available to come rocketing up your spine. So hands behind you and rocket thy buns to the ceiling. Express yourself, as Madonna said back in the early 90s. Lift up, chest up, head back, and arching spines equate to ecstasy. You see? And come on down. All right. I think in most puritanical churches, if people just sat cross-legged and arched their spine, the services would be different. Okay, we switched the cross of our legs. They pulled back on their hip flesh. They clamshelled forward into peace. And there might be a cat in the way. It's okay. Now I want you to sway side to side like a kelp bed off of Monterey. Be one of those avatars swimming in that crystal clear water. Did you see that movie yet? The Way of Water. It's 3.5 hours long. I had to make water a few times during that movie as well. Inhale, look forward, long spine. Exhale, relax, my friends. Everything is always working out for us. Life is good. Life is a blessing. Life is a gift. Now, if your elbows do fit on a block or the floor, please bring prayer mitts to your forehead and rub your third eye open. Your Ajna chakra. When your third eye opens, you have 360-degree vision. You can see everywhere always. It's quite an advantage. Other way with your hands. Smooth out that part of our forehead that wrinkles when we're worried all the time about everything. Now let's hold still together 10 seconds. Peace is a practice. One has to practice peace or you're crappy at it. Good, come on up. What instrument do you play? I play the violin. How are you good at it? No, I'm crappy at it. Do you practice? No. Hands behind you. We're going to stretch our spine so that when we are in ecstasy, more of it fits. So champagne bottoms and caviar rears, rocket hips, rocket ships to the ceiling. Oh, feels good. Stretch that spine. And please come down. Good job. Okay, I don't like this crossing my legs. It makes me cross. I'm switching back to regular cross. Creature of habit, I admit. Okay, one more thing for our beautiful necks, because it's the channel between our head and our heart, and we want that to open up. So soft fingers, back right corner of your head. Sorry, back left corner. Tilt head to the right. Drop your chin. Relax your mouth. Now, my new kitten, Tsunami, when he's really relaxed, his pink tongue just hangs out of his mouth. So if you'd like to assume the same expression, no one's going to judge you for hanging your tongue out. There are several cultures in the world where an exposed tongue is considered to be a good thing. Just relaxing, taking time. After this, we'll do a really nice restorative pose. I think you'll find it to be what it is. Good. Now, click cabezas back up, left fingers back right corner, and tilt pumpkin left, drop chin, soften mouth, eyes closed. Go inside, pull the plugs. Our senses are like 5 extension cords connected to the outside world. Pull those 5 cords, go back to their origin where there's bliss. No rush, slow hand. Something happens at about a minute that wouldn't happen otherwise, and that's that's just a mystery and if you don't do it, but it's an experience if you do. Good. Click pumpkins back up. Oh, so good. Okay, let's counterpose all this. This is where the elite meet to show me your feet. So stretch your toes open. My cat has zoomed off to the far expanses of the house. God only knows what's going on. Plants are being pulled over. Things are being tipped over. Tsunami is a good name. Stretch way up. Express your feet toward me. Pretend you're putting your feet in wet cement on Hollywood Boulevard. You want people to see the impression of your feet for centuries. Push in. Sit up tall. And relax your palms down. Feet in. Bottoms up. Spinal arching. We're going to do a twist in a moment, so long spine's helpful. Buns up, head back. Okay, now come on down. Now, I have to admit that I'm changing up the sequence ever so slightly because I honestly admit I have a craving for doing roly-poly guacamole, and it's so good for you, and it's fun, and it feels good. You lie on your back, you put the blanket roll underneath your neck, you grab your big toes, and this is called Happy New Rear pose. Right here is you just let your tail feathers relax. The knees hit the floor after a couple months of doing this. You drop your chin, and it's an exceptionally wonderful yin yoga pose where the glowing, stretching, healing spreads all down south. Shoulders relaxed, mouth soft, groins releasing. Now, there have been a good deal of scientific technical studies done on this pose, and the basic conclusion in technical terms is you can't do this pose and be depressed at the same time. It's one or the other. Three more breaths, let it sink in. Okay, now just roll at your pace, kneecap to kneecap. Now, if you're hypermobile like a gymnast, both knees are already down, and you don't need to roll side to side, but chances are you don't have full gymnastic flexibility at this point of your existence. So rolling side to side will stretch you south of the border, down in Tierra del Fuego, so to speak, land of fire. Keep going. Good. Now, next time you land on your right knee, just be Humpty Dumpty with you tilted over to the right. And I'm going to straighten out my left leg just for a stretch. It's a stretch. You now rebend both knees. Please roly-poly guacamole over to your left knee. One. Now, fully optional to straighten out your right leg. And there's activity and passivity going on in the same pose at the same time. It's hot and cold at the same time. It's sweet and sour, spicy and bland at the same time, yin and yang. Good, now back to the center for 30 more seconds of happy baby. Are you happy? Oh, look at the people that don't do this pose, how sort of congested and congealed they are in their nether regions. It's not good. It's not good for you. And now release thy feet up to the ceiling. This is where the elite meet to raise their feet. Viparita Karani, 1 minute of circulation reversal pose. You can't lay on your back and hold your legs up for a minute. There's still hope for you. Keep coming to my class all the time. Who loves you, baby? Good. Now, remember when you were in high school and you could do the full side splits and it was so easy and all you had to do was sit on the floor and stretch your legs completely out to the side? Hello there. Who's back? Hello. Hi, pumpkin muff bread. I love you. Where did you come from? Circle your ankles around, whether or not you have a cat up over your head. I love you, Tsunami. When I first got Tsunami, we thought he was a she, and we took him to the vet and made a radical discovery. Oh, super extra, love you a million times, a million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. Yes, I do. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay, let's roll up again after that rather public display of affection. Back up. Personally, I've never had a problem with public displays of affection. I just don't have anybody to do it with. But I do now. Okay, so I'm going to do a restorative yoga pose with you guys because I like to deliver on my promises of relaxation. I bet you all have bolsters because you're official Greg Riley yoga students. If you don't have a bolster, I'll give you one. You have to come over to my house and bring me a Pete's card. Set the bolster in front of you like this. All right, we're going to do delicious restorative twist for about 2 minutes on each side. Take your knees over to the left like this. I know a lot of twists. This is the best restorative one, I think. Put your right hand on the bolster out in front of you. Now look behind you and fold your knees and ankles behind your behind. Cross your ankles. Pull your heels into your bottom. Now put both hands on the bolster in front of you. Push into the bolster and lean back really far to stretch your transverse abdominis, or these things. How long does a kitten stay in the kitten phase where they can climb up and down something 16 times in a row with zero apparent effect on their energy level? It's an amazing phase of life, isn't it? Good. Now turn your right hand over here. Take your bolster over to 1 o'clock. Take your left thumb into your belly button and just, this is actually very yogic to go exploring into your intestines and your internal organs with your belly button. Real yogis can push all the way in till they touch their spine. It's gross. I'll do it to you if you want. Good. Now turn your belly down and then lay on your right ear. Okay. Not your wrong ear, your right ear. Spread your elbows wide. And I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes while you relax. In restorative yoga, the breath is allowed to become smoother, deeper, more balanced. There's no effort to go deeper into the pose. It happens of its own accord. Feel yourself go through the layers of your being as you're in a restorative pose. Your physical layer, you got to go through the kinks and the dents. Then the energy layer, you got to go through your emotions and your sensations. Then you got to go through your thought layers, the endless opinions of the mind. And then you resolve down to your bliss body, the body of just pure and peaceful bliss. It's always there, just hidden. But one more minute. It's nice to slow it down. Take your time. Sunday. Peaceful like Sunday morning. Good. Now let's do this together. Put your hands by the side of your chest. Press up just enough to come up a little bit, like about a third of the way. Um, Aiming my torso over to Concord and Clayton over here to the right a little more. And I feel like getting kind of bendy. I need a little more. So I'm just going to come to my left ear. I'm going to leave that up to you though. Okay. So come back down. We're just going to squeeze the stuffing out of ourselves. Now, you know what would feel good is if we had one of those bibs that you wear when you go to the dentist for an x-ray, just laid over the top of us, one of those big lead bibs, squishing us down. Or your significant other laying over the top of you, or sandbags. You get the idea. Good, kids. Now bring your hands by the side of your chest. I would ask that you bring your upper body out in extra, extra, extra slow motion out of that. Okay, now this is as complex as the class will get, but I'm not going to say that it's not complex. But from the belt line down, everything stays exactly where it is. Okay. Now, probably each and every one of you is bendier and stretchier than I am when it comes to this range of motion. So just watch what I do first. Okay. Alls I did, don't do it yet. I just put a little more here. My lower body stays where it is. I'm bringing my right hand over here. I'm turning my chest up to the ceiling. Hello, God. And then my lower body stays where it is, and I relax. My whole upper body is turned 180 degrees. Why don't you do it? You probably will like it. So right hand over here, left arm up, turn your chest up to God, and then show God your t-shirt. I went to Earth and all I got was this crappy t-shirt. Now, I know people that can do this movement with nothing underneath them. I know people who can't do it without 6 bolsters. But the key is your upper body turned 180 degrees, your lower body stayed where it did, and then you found exactly the right amount of stuff, and you self-created the perfect yin stretchy restorative pose. Okay? I trust you guys to get in a good position for you. Arms up over your head if you're bendier than average bears. This pose may have shocked and surprised you a little bit, but I comfort the disturbed and I disturb the comfortable. Isn't it cool how your upper body can turn 180 degrees against your lower body and you can lay back and have somebody feed you grapes in bed? Sort of. If you've been married for a while, I bet that happens all the time, right? This is so good for you. Just let your body be subject to the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Okay, now bring your hands down by the side of your body and get yourself out of this pickle in very slow motion. Oh, Lordy. Good, and we'll bring ourselves back around to the front. And since it's all women in class today, and I'm an honorary woman, and I was a woman in many previous lifetimes, I will say unequivocally that if men would do this sequence more often, the world would be a better place. But just saying that parenthetically. Now let's sit in front of the bolster again. And I've got spare bolster over here just in case. If you need 2 bolsters, I will give you 2 bolsters, but you have to bring me 2 Pete's cards. Okay. Now, spin your knees over to the right. I'm going to the Yoga Hall of Fame for this sequence, by the way. Thought you should know. Now, left hand on the bolster. Fold your knees and ankles around behind you. Cross your ankles and pull your heels into your bottom. I call this mermaid pose or chicken of the sea. Push into both hands, lean back to stretch your transverse abdominis, or technical terms, these things on your side. Now, left hand over here, take your bolster over to 11 o'clock. Take your right thumb into your navel stem, and how some people are very tight, like boiled owls in there. Some people have soft Buddha bellies and they can dig their thumb. There's my pancreas. There's one of my livers. If anybody ever should have had 2 livers, it's the people in my family. Good. Now, turn your face down and come to your left ear. Van Gogh. Oh, and you just say, oh. Your elbows spread out. Sometimes you just got to say, oh. Nighty night, 2 minutes. Pleasant dreams of the 49ers crushing the stinky Seahawks, whatever you want to dream about, you guys. You might dream about telling all of your friends about the Sunday sacred peaceful class with playful kittens in the background. It's better than a dream come true. Let years of strain and anxiety and stress and tension dissolve, release, resolve from your nervous system. We're going to turn our nervous system into a serenity system. If you need to fall asleep, that's okay. I've been putting people to sleep for years. I'll wake you up. Okay, biggest, deepest inhale you got. Fill up the whole Titanic, the whole Lusitania. Inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, hands by the side of your chest. Press up 1/3 of the way. Now I'm going to take my bolster over to 15 minutes more over to the left. I'm going to turn some more. You can try your right ear just as a science experiment. What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that ever. Now, in the previous iteration of this pose, we squeezed out the trauma from junior high school. Now we're going into elementary school. You remember that stuff. Kids were so nice, friendly. Squeeze that out. My cat is literally chewing on the base of a metal light stand. So don't do that. Okay, now you kids come up really slow. Now remember, this next pose has a giant variable. There are 13-year-old Romanian gymnasts who can simply turn their chest up to the ceiling. Their lower body moves not at all, and they can lay on their back like languid kittens in sunbeams with lollipops raining down over the top. You, on the other hand, might be, stiff as a boiled owl. Yum. So you put two things underneath you. You still turn your chest up to the ceiling, and your lower body stays in mermaid or mermail pose. And you lay back and you marvel at the remarkable flexibility of your body to twist open like a human dish rag, arms up over your head for my bendy ex-gymnast friends, arms down by the side of your body for boiled owl wings. 1 minute. Think of the think of your body and how it can shape itself into all these forms. Range of emotion equates to range of motion. None of my 60-year-old guy friends, not that I'm 60 years old, but I've got 60-year-old guy friends, and None of them do this. I don't have any 60-year-old guy friends that lay on their back in different positions and get all stretchy and languid and open-minded. My yoga friends like it. 2 more breaths. Now, biggest, deepest inhale of your whole life. Exhale, let go, forget who you are, release your narrative. Now, hands by your side to press out of predicament. Oh, this pose takes 20 years off of your chronology, but temporarily adds 20 years to it as you get out. But it's quickly resolved by coming back around to the front. I got to hand it to myself for that sequence. That was absolutely inspired. Some of my best work. I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. Hey, you guys, it's high noon, so we're gonna yin it for 5 minutes to build calm and peaceful countenance. How about left hand on top of your heart, right hand on top of your belly for a sec? Drop your chin. Hold your feelings and emotions. We are calm and peaceful souls. Be still and know that you're goddess. Okay, boy, that was nice. Doing that with your friends is a good thing. Extend your left leg out. Take your righty ankle and put it over your left knee, just the ankle, not the whole leg. Hold left shin in halfway. Best pose ever invented. Arms out as if your arms were out to the side. Big hugs. Big hugs means fewer drugs. Hey, let's go side to side for a sec. You can go left, you can go right. Note the internal and external rotation of our arms. Notice you can go further to the left than you can to the right. Yeah, wonder why. Just side to side. And then you start to get unusually happy for no reason. And then you start to your puritanical nature kicks in and you're thinking, should I be this happy without being super productive? Yes. Good. Palms open, right arm under. Hold up your wings, ups and downs, lefts and rights. Break open adhesions, congestions, restrictions, inhibitions. Let's lose our inhibitions in 2023 to a degree, just to a degree, ups and downs. Good. Now take these elbows hella to the right, face to the left. Drop your chin, close your eyes, hold the baby, hold the baby. We have a bliss body inside of us. Yogis call it Anandamaya Kosha, and few there be that find it. Be one of those that do, does, did, will. Good. Now arms forward, releasing, grabbing elbows. Arms come up thusly. I invented this movement. No other human had ever done this before me. Somebody had to do it, side to side. Good. Now bring your elbows down in front. And here, your right forepaw should be on top of your left like this. And then watch my hands, flump. Drop your shoulders, relax your chin, close your eyes, tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Center yourself cleverly at the center of yourself. Think of a merry-go-round. It's got a center. That was clever. Hey, Beast Mittens, how are you? That pumpkin bread. Okay, and then reach out and grab your cat. Just kidding. Now, I have my emotional block here. It's quite large. I'm going to swim toward the ether toward you. I'm going to grab my right wrist with my left hand. I'm going to massage my lower back that squirts out cortisol and adrenaline to calm that down. And then I'm going to rest my forehead on my block. And then we're going to hold still for 30 seconds. We'll do the other side. We'll do a long shavasana. And then we'll put sundresses on and go frolic for the rest of the day. It's amazing what happens when the movement of the mind is quelled, is calmed, is terminated. Something appears that's otherwise hidden. Come on up. Come on up. Okie doke. You can move emotional blocks out of the way. Now, righty leg out. Lefty ankle sweeps over the top. Right shin folds in with alacrity, giving you an epiphany. Nice. Go like this. Go. Yeah, that's nice. Let's do it again. Moi. Man loses his mind in ongoing weekly class. Good. Now, left arm under. Fold your arms up. Ups and downs with your elbows. If I'm going to lose my mind, I might as well televise it and build a huge audience of happy, calm, and peaceful souls. Ups and downs with your elbows. Oh, get those adhesions out, get them monkeys off your back. Just because the circus is in town doesn't mean you still have to have the monkeys on your back. Good. Now, elbows left, face to the right. Drop your chin, tilt your face down. Hold the baby up above the dingoes. Don't drop the baby. Let's say it out loud together like we mean it. We are calm and peaceful souls. After a while, you just surrender and you are. Good. Now release your hands. Your hands slide so cleverly to your elbows. And your forewings come up and they go side to side. Good. Now elbows come down and left forepaw is on top. Hands go flaccid. They go flaccid. People pronounce flaccid, flaccid. That's an improper pronunciation. This is flaccid. If you put two C's together, it makes an X, right? Vaccine, accident, occidental, flaccid. Place the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be unusually happy for no reason. Beautiful. Now swim toward me. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. And just for a sec, massage your adrenaline cortisol squeezing section in your lower back. Okay, now I'm going to put my psychological block in front of me. I'm still grabbing my wrist behind my back. We'll rest our forehead down and we'll dream of calm and peaceful places. Just remember, An hour with me makes the other 167 hours of the week the calm and peaceful experience. Okay, start an uprising. Still sitting like this for not very much longer. Okay, we're going to do some reflexology to get out any last painful patterns of perception. We're going to take our opposable thumbs into the middle center bottom of our feet. We're going to massage in pretty deep to the point of provocation. Be a provocateur. Take a tour of your middle foot with your thumbnail. Dig into the hi, how you doing place. Now hold steady pressure with your thumbnail. Relax your shoulders. And we're going to Om forever. Big inhale. Om. Post-COVID lungs, strong, healthy, and happy. Yeah, baby. Okay. Now I invite my most beauteous friends to lie on your back like people lying on their back for 5 minutes. I promise not to hardly bother you at all as you lay or lie on your back with blankets, bolsters, chloroform-soaked eye pillows. Relax. And I be quiet for 5 minutes. Use Shavasana. You guys did so good. Now integrate, assimilate these glorious downloads of intergalactic bliss. Get your updates. Please feel free to download into the deepest relaxation and surrender of your whole life so far. Okay, please relax more. The pose continues, and it's that sacred Sunday thing that we do where if you'd like to invite God, love, source, being, Buddha, Jesus, infinite higher organizing presence into yourself, it's such a good time. Always a choice, never coerced, never convinced, an invitation to God or Goddess to come in. Good, and if you prayed that prayer with me, I certainly prayed it. I love praying that one. Wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate a fresh, healthy dose of God through yourself. Feel God. What's God if God is not an experience, right? Good, nice deep breath back into your beautiful temporal meat vehicle. Bring your knees in just enough to clamshell onto your right side. Now, as you curl into fetal position over on your right side, pretend you're an oyster, curl around your pearl of great price. Nobody gets it, it's yours. You can share it with people, but only people that deserve it. Love all over yourself. 2023 is the year of self-love, self-respect, self-affirmation. Okay, then with eyes closed, keeping the creamy filling on the inside, we'll sit up together in immersed, connected bliss. It's what we do. And with our eyes closed, we notice our spine can go taller. The skin suit of our body fits better. We feel gooder from head to toe. We feel our connection as hands draw into the heart. Heads bow to infinity. And then connected in sacred, holy, and reverent. All together we say, Namaste, Namaste, Namaskate. You guys, that was the best Sunday since the last Sunday, and until next Sunday, because it's today. Sure is good to see you. Beast Cat says he loved to have you on board, and tell your, oh, there we go. So I hope you're having as much fun as we're having over here. If you want to come over and visit the Beast Cat, just bring me a peep. Just kidding. You come over anytime for a visit. If you need a bolster, let me know. Let's go to gallery view for pixelated hellos if you'd like to say hello real quick. It's just a thing we do because it's a thing that we do. There we go. And Sister Kate, nice to have you on board. Great to have you. Hi, dear sister. Shanny Pants. Hi, Shanny Pants up there in Northern California. She likes her cats too. Nice to see you, Weedy Pie. I have a feeling Shannon's running, grabbing cats now. Oh, what a pretty one. What a pretty one. Oh, that's a tuxedo. Hi. Pause when agitated. Everybody's grabbing cats left and right. Hi, Karen. Nice to have you on board from over in Lafayette. Karen has cats too. And there is Laura with Odin and Lexi in the background. They've been through years of couples counseling after a bad break, but now they're back together. We love that. It's better than any TV show. And then iPad 78, I know that's Anne. And so my cat is writhy and out of control, but purring at the same time. I wish you all, thanks for stopping in to Crazy Cat Sunday. Tell your friends we're going from average of 10 students to 1.4 million people on YouTube overnight. Okay, you guys, I love you. I'll see you later. Watch lots of football, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.